Hey, I wanted to walk you guys through kind of my routine when I am looking at bills, kind of the different steps that I go through, what I look at as I'm determining how to vote on these different bills. Today, we've got 10 pages of bills. I think there's 62 bills that we'll be voting on today. So I just wanted to take you through some of this. All right, so first of all, let's take a bill, Senate Bill 32, that's going to be heard on the floor today. So what I'll do is I type it in here and then I do a quick search to go to this bill. And my first step, and again, each representative kind of has their own kind of method of how they read and how they make determinations and stuff. Uh, I have a spreadsheet that I also use that I keep track of when people send in emails or shoot me text or give me a phone call about bills. I have a spreadsheet that I keep where I collect all that information. So when it comes time to vote, I can go to the spreadsheet, take a look at that, and yeah, pick up that information. But then when I also come to the actual bill here, I usually start here with the votes. All right, we're looking at Senate bills coming to the House now. So I have the benefit of actually looking at how a lot of people have voted on this along the way. So this is by Nicole Miller is the House member, and I know Nicole really well. We work on some different projects together. The first thing I'm going to come here to the votes. I'm going to look at the Senate vote. See how it did over at the Senate. You can see here that it passed through the Senate floor 47-0, so nobody voted against it over at the Senate. I can even go back a little further and look how it did in committee. Even in the committee, nobody voted against it. Okay, interesting. So everybody at the Senate liked this bill. Okay, that makes a difference. Next of all, I come here and let's take a look at the House votes. So when it came to the House, it went through committees. And so, up, wait a minute, look here. It looks like everybody at the House in the committee liked this bill, not only in the Oversight Committee, but also here in the Policy Committee. Looks like everybody liked it there. So far, this bill has come through and everybody has liked it. There's been no votes at all. That makes a difference as I approach this bill. I haven't even read it yet, okay? So, coming here next, usually the next thing that I will do is I can see if there's any co-authors. So if there's anybody else that's hopping on, it does look like there is one co-author on here other than Nicole. But then let's come to the bill summary. This is usually what I do next. And it looks like this is the latest version here that's been engrossed. So I'm going to click here. Let's take a look at a quick summary of this. All right, there is no fiscal impact, okay, meaning that it's not going to cost any money to do this, which again makes a difference. The engrossed version specifies that the Oklahoma National Guard Educational Assistance Program is subject to the limitations established by the Oklahoma Regents, and the amount of assistance will include program fees and other fees. The mandatory fees will be jointly reviewed. Ooh, whoa, okay, are you catching all this? Are you understanding this? All right, because again, this is what I'm looking at, and this is how these are the things I need to be able to understand to do a vote on this. So I don't fully understand the summary, so what I'm going to do is come back here, and I want to actually look at the language on the bill. So we can see that it was first introduced back in December, but then it's gone through some revisions. This is the latest one that's going to be on the House floor today. So I'll start reading through this. And let's come down here, okay? Now, this is an amendatory bill, okay, which means that it's already law. They're just making some changes to it. So what I'm looking for are things that are either crossed out or things that are underlined, okay? And this is an 8-page bill, which again, most bills are not extremely long here at the state level. So an 8-page bill, so it looks like we are naming this bill is what's going on here. I'm going to come on down. Looks like we have some definitions, but this is already in law. So I don't need to spend a whole lot of time here unless I need to come back and actually get context. But right here, this is already law, so I don't need to spend a whole lot of time there. All right, here we go. Here's some underlined stuff. So this is what they're wanting to add. Created the Oklahoma National Guard Education Assistance Program. This has been done in the past, this program. And the purpose of this is to provide assistance to eligible Guard members who enroll in an Oklahoma educational institution. So this would be a higher education situation here, subject to the availability of funds and limitations established by the Oklahoma State Regents for higher education. So the they're entering in, what they're doing is they're bringing in when it comes to decisions on who's going to get these funds, the Oklahoma State Regents are going to be involved in that discussion now. And these are the Board of Regents over all of the colleges here in Oklahoma. The amount of assistance shall be equivalent to the amount of resident tuition. So this is what they'll pay for in the program, resident tuition. That's already in law. Mandatory fees, that's already in law. Program fees is something they're wanting to add. And then also academic fees and any other fees for courses in which the eligible Guard member is enrolled. Okay, so looks like there's just been, since they originally put this bill together, they've decided that they want to add program fees and other fees into this program for assistance. And then the mandatory fees, which was right up here, the program fees, academic service fees, all these new fees, shall be jointly reviewed by the state regents and the military department of the state of Oklahoma. Okay? State regents may determine the fees, the fee amounts. Okay, that sounds okay to me. If the state regents make such a determination, program assistance for those fees or fees amounts shall not be provided to the eligible Guard members participating in the program. Let's read through that again. If the state regents make such a determination, what determination is it? The determination of the fees and the amounts to be eligible for the program assistance. Okay, that makes sense to me. So I'm going to go ahead, come on down on the bill, looking for more changes. All right, again, this is just a little Scrivener's change, is I guess what they call that. So there is going to be a cap, all right, on how much money will be spent here, and that cap will be determined by the military department. Okay, sounds good. Looks like just a few changes here. Again, Scrivener change there. Coming on down. Here's a new one. All right, so wait a minute. What's the context on number 5 here? I need to come back to F. To retain eligibility for the program, an eligible Guard must do these things. This is already in law, but they're going to add they must also possess a military occupational specialty or Air Force specialty code after his or her first semester. Okay, makes sense to me. Coming on down, got another thing here, need to find the context. The eligible Guard member commander or his or her designee shall confirm a member's standing and eligibility to the Oklahoma educational institution in which the student is enrolled. Okay, that's already in law. The military department may establish a cap on the number of eligible guards. Okay, so there's going to be a cap not only on the money, but it looks like there's going to be a cap on the number of people. And let's see, they will be, let's see, the eligible Guard command may deny an application if they don't meet the provisions in paragraph 1, 2, or 3, but it looks like they added 4 or 5 of subsection F. Okay, well, now I got to come up here to subsection F. All right, so they're saying because they added this 5th one on here, they're saying that they've got to meet all of these requirements. Okay, so all right, that makes sense to me. Coming on down, we're on page 7 here. The Oklahoma State Regents for Higher Education may promulgate rules to implement the provisions of the Oklahoma, so this was the new name that they're giving this, Then they're saying here the military department of the state of Oklahoma shall promulgate regulations. That means that the military department they do have the authority to create new rules and regulations as this thing goes forward. They are the ones that have the authority to do that. The state regents and the department shall coordinate the promulgation of the rules. So the military department and the state of regents will work together as they promulgate these rules. Okay. General may promulgate, okay, implement revisions. Again, this is just adding in the new name that they put on this act. Whew, and there you have it. Okay. So it looks like everything, I understand what's going on here. What they're wanting to do with this new act is they want to give assistance, okay, coming all the way back up here to the top. We're wanting to give assistance to, let's see here, where was it? We are wanting to give, yeah, here we go. We're going to give assistance to eligible Guard members who enroll in an Oklahoma educational institution. So if you're a Guard member and you're enrolling in college, then we are just changing some legislation on who's going to be overseeing this program. We're going to put some caps on the money, and we're going to put some caps on the number of people that candidates that are eligible for this, as well as we are going to change, looks like we're going to add a requirement to this, which was number 5. Where did I miss it here? Number 5. Right here. We're also adding a requirement. So, these all make sense to me. I'm going to vote yes on this. I'm good with this program. So there you have it. That's kind of the process that I go through. Is it the best way? Is it the right way? Is it the only way? No, it is the way that I have come to kind of determine how I look at bills. Now, one of the interesting things that I'm going to say here, okay, don't mean to ruffle any feathers or anything, but you can see here at no point did I actually go to the GOP platform to find out if this bill aligns with the GOP platform. That's usually not a part of the process when I am choosing to vote yes or no. Going to that platform is just not part of my process. Thank you guys for listening. Let me know what you think.